I used to work for Burroughs and Unisys, well, became Unisys, and we had a culture where if you want to really impress your boss, you left your jacket on your desk, your chair when you went home at night. And he'd come in and see your jacket and go, oh, you've been in, when did you come in? You know? I mean, it's nuts, but yeah. So suddenly, everyone has to work from home. What happened is the conditions changed, right? Externally, admittedly, but suddenly for everyone, the conditions changed. So now, everybody's working from home. Different environment, totally different environment. How many found it easy to adapt? Easy to, no, there was no struggle adapting. It's just like, okay, I'm working from home, there's no problems.
A bit of adjustment.
Adjustment, yeah. Yeah, we got to hang it. With young kids, a bit more of adjustment. I mean, how many of those funny videos on Zoom, you know, with the kids running in the background and what's, yeah, but all that happened. It did, absolutely. I don't want to, God, you distracted me now. Right. So, I'll come back to that. So, what you've got is an organisation that had a structure and a culture that was there and produced the results. Suddenly you've come in and gone boom and blown up that structure and blown up the conditions. So what's happened? A new culture's been created. Now the new culture comes from the top, right? The leadership. Well, the leadership said, yes, you're allowed to do this. That's all they needed to say. Now people are working from home. So, oh, actually, I could do my yoga at 7 instead of commuting. Or I could go for that jog, or I could do the gym training in the garden using the dustbin lids or whatever people were using, right? And then I sat down at work at 9 o'clock, and that was great. And I got up at 11. Well, I normally go and have a coffee and a chat with people. Well, I'll prepare lunch. And I'll go back to do a bit more work. And then, I'll go out and do a bit of gardening, and I'll come back and do a bit more work. And at the end of the day, my God, I've got all my work done. And it's 5 o'clock. Oh, well, I'll see the kids, and I'll do that. So suddenly people got this amazing experience of work. Now, if you were a factory worker, totally different. If you're in hospitality, totally different. So there's two very different groups. There's the geographically sensitive workers and the geographically non-sensitive workers. And now we've got to go and say, we now need to create the conditions for our organisation that are desirable, attractive, inspiring to these geographically non-specific people to continue to employ them. Saying come back to the office, and you have to come back to the office, was, I think, probably one of the dumbest statements I've ever heard made. And I think it was the chairman of Goldman Sachs, wasn't it? Something like that, did it? I think it was an abomination that must end immediately. Something like that. That's my speaking anyway. Going back to the community piece, and this is the real nub for me, what's changed. People were working from home, lockdown, fine. Lockdown started to release, but they're still working from home. Suddenly, they were working from home and they were in this new community. Not work, their family and friends. The coffee shop. Now, I've worked in coffee shops for years because I've been self-employed for ages. I mean, John has never worked in an office. Have you ever worked in an office? Actually, in an office?
Only when I was an employee.
Oh, right. And, you know, but you have a new way of working. So, as an organisation, I want my performance to improve. I've got to now work with people to create the conditions that mean I get the best from my people, because that's what my business is about. So if I look at my finance, ethics, strategy and people, I've now got to really work on the people pillar to figure out what conditions can I create for people that get them to engage in the business as much as I need them to, and that they enjoy their work. Now, hybrid is a horrible word, but it's the word we've got for it. How often do people need to be in the office? My daughter works for a tech startup. She was employee number 6. I think they've now got 12, so they've doubled. And they are a work from home first policy. They do have a rented office space in London, but they have a work from home first policy. You know, it works, but yeah, of course you need to meet people. I can't really do my work without getting in front of people. You know, it's really challenging. I can do it online, but I don't like doing it online. Thank you very much.